Episode 6 is my new favorite episode now. Hands down. Episode 3 kind of set the standard for what I wanted in Mortal Hunters. This one was probably my favorite one. This one had two of probably my favorite characters in the series. And that's Jag makes an appearance again. Hooray. I love her. She's great. Not just because she's cool, not because I just know the actress, but it's fun. And also, my new favorite character is Bull. I'll go over in a second. So we'll get straight into the synopsis, and I'll talk about my questions and other theories that I have. My previous video that I made, I was kind of all over the place, because just got back from vacation. I know that's not really an excuse, but as of recording this one, I just finished recording the previous one, so I took a sec, got myself back on track, so we're ready. So this one has a weird time jump. It starts off in the middle, and then it flashes back, and then kind of goes back to present. So I forget the actual terminology for it, but it's not too big of a time jump like, say, Uncharted 2's train sequence or anything like that. Pardon me. And no, pardon me. What am I talking about? All right. Sorry. My brain's going a mile a minute. So we'll get straight into it. Bull and Jag apparently are being hunted by a gunman duo. We don't actually know their names, so I'm gonna call them. Actually, I don't know. Collar shirt and cowboy hat. I don't know. Because one of them wears a cowboy hat and uses the rifle. The other just a collared shirt for no whatever reason. Whatever. It turns out Bull and Jag do know each other. Mainly, I would say it's mainly because of professional rivalry or whatnot. Point is, Bull and Jag, after they get away from the gunman, the sniper going after them, Bull and Jag argue about their situation. Briefly fight. Turns out Bull collapses from his injuries. Apparently, he was shot several times by this rifle. Didn't go down easy. He's a tough bastard. And that's not the reason why I like Bull so much. I'll talk about it in a second. So, we have a flashback where Bull and Jag are captured by this duo, who interrogates them why they're digging around a tank site, tanker site. I think it's like an oil tank site. And when the interrogation, it's not really interrogation. When the questioning doesn't go anywhere, Collared Shirt destroys the artifact and orders his gunman buddy to take the unlikely duo to the shop. I'm assuming to mutilate or murder or just hostage. Implied bad things. They escape and they hide out. Bull and Jag end up talking about their experiences. Jag does an uncharacteristically nice thing, according to Bull, that she's soft. She decides to dig out a bullet from Bull's shoulder, and they talk about stuff. Turns out Bull is hard of hearing or deaf in one ear. I assume the right one, considering how they do, how he motions it, I guess. I'll link the episode in the description so y'all can watch it yourselves. And they talk about their first kill. What age were they? And Bull reveals that he murdered his abusive father at the age of 10. Jag reveals her first kill was at 16. It was another hunter from their line of work, and he didn't want to die alone. She walked away instead of giving comfort. And Bull makes an offhand remark saying that that's why you're taking care of the boy. The boy. I'm gonna talk about that in a second when I get done with this. Turns out Prairie Dog was captured as well, and he's unconscious by the gunman duo. Jag and Bull return and ambush the two, killing them. It's brutal too. They went nuts with the makeup for this one, like blood makeup, scarring. They did a good job. Bull is a violent mofo, and I think one of the parts after he takes out his target, he takes the I think he takes the bullet that he was shot with and just pushes it in the guy's forehead as he's dead. It's like a final like fu. Like it's pretty metal. But it seems Bull is ready to kill or do something to the Prairie Dog as he's unconscious, but begrudgingly doesn't. He leaves Jag to be just there. Like a weird mutual understanding or respect. It turns out in the previous scene when he was talking about his their first kills in the Hard of Hearing on his right ear or left ear, whatever, which one. He talks about why he rescued Jag from in the beginning sequence because he's carrying her. He talks about how if there's anybody that's going to take her out, it's going to be him and Ranch, thus showing a very heated rivalry between them. And I'm all here for it. I like it. I like it a lot. And Prairie Dog and Jag have a nice little moment, I guess. It's implied that she might also be a love interest to Prairie Dog, more or less. Don't know how I feel about that, but whatever. And they part ways, and that's the end of the episode. Yeah, I felt that way too. It's just kind of abrupt how it ends, but it does good enough. But this one might be my favorite one because they give Bull a lot to do in this one, and I like it a lot. They give him more dialogue. I think the writing, like dialogue wise, is at its best in this one. I didn't really talk about it in the previous episode because the previous episode was mainly action packed. You get some good dialogue here and there, good line reads, but this one's dialogue was a lot stronger, and I really enjoyed it. And Bull's characterization, because in episode 2 and 3, he barely talks. He has mainly, like, I guess, one-word responses. Yep, nope. When Ranch is talking, because Ranch does the talking. But when he's by himself, he shows a lot more agency, more assertiveness. And it's actually very cool to see a character like this, like, be uninhibited, for his dialogue. And the dialogue is very good with Bull and Jag, especially their scene talking about their experiences. It's a lot of fun. So, Bull might be my favorite character now because of his characterization and his backstory and just what he is. I'm all here for the big guy being the coolest dude in the show. He's not just some meathead or just some brute. It reminds me of Rip Wheeler from Yellowstone. Just a little bit nice, a little cooler in my opinion. And I like Rip. I like Yellowstone. I need to finish it. Point is, this one was a lot of fun. Now, I have a few questions and I have a theory. Only two questions that I have, and I have a whole theory to think about this because I brought it up in the previous episode and I'm going to actually delve into it here. The question is Prairie Dog the little brother of Jag's first kill? Because Bull refers to him as the boy. The only character that's ever been talked about as a younger character is Prairie Dog. They call him Kid. He's just a kid to them. Could be just inexperience. I don't know. And if it is, was Prairie Dog's older brother, and this is if he is, if Prairie Dog is the little brother of Jag's first kill, is Prairie Dog the older brother? Is Prairie Dog's older brother K9's first partner that he lost, and thus making it the cycle? I'd like to think so. Here's a reason why. Not only is he not just because main character stuff, okay? Prairie Dog make it as the little brother of not just Jag's first kill, but K9's first partner makes a lot of sense because of time placement, experience. I think it makes sense because Prairie Dog's the only character that is referred to as the boy, and the only semblance of a deep relationship or oath to K9 is the promise of looking after his little brother. Bull also mentions that his little brother chose, that Jag's first kill's little brother chose, or the boy chose the life of the hunter. The only character that has ever been called out on how young and inexperienced he is was Prairie Dog in episode 2, thanks to Jag. And I thought about a theory that she sees herself in him. What if that's not the case? What if she says that because she knows who he actually is? And it turns out... Alright, hold on. I think I messed that up. There we go. And turns out Prairie Dog is the little brother of a person who technically didn't deserve to die and was K9's first partner. It would make sense that he would promise him to keep an eye on his little brother. And I think the Miracle Box is part of that. No one else knows about it like as consistently as Prairie Dog does, except for Oz and like just for passing deduction skills. I think Prairie Dog's older brother, if this is true, I'm going to theorize that this is it. I'm going to say that it is Prairie Dog's older brother that was Jag's first kill as well as K9's original partner before Prairie Dog. I think Prairie Dog's older brother gave him the Miracle Box to search for these artifacts because he knew there was something going to be he's going to be part of something bigger. And thus, the entirety of the entire show, of the series, this whole premise is it. That's my theory with this. I think Prairie Dog is the younger brother of Jag's first kill, and I think they're one and the same. That the older brother of that it was K9's first partner and Jag's first kill. I think they're one and the same. And Prairie Dog is the younger brother, the boy that K9 promised to look after, and Jag feels guilty of. So she looks after him too. I'm gonna say that that's my theory of this. I also really like this episode because we had antagonists that weren't part of the Hunter Society that became antagonists to to the Society of the Hunters. They clearly didn't know what the artifact was, and they destroyed it. So, I kind of like the idea that we have now third-party stuff. Episode 1 kind of had that too with the I don't know, weed smoker and his buddy. Forgot their names, and I feel bad. But episode 1, if y'all remember, me going over that one. Thought it was a lot of fun. I don't really have much else to say about this. I think the lighting is fantastic in this one, especially in the darker areas. Jag has a lot of great characterization. Jag and Bull are now my favorite characters in this series. They are now my favorite characters. I love the characterization they had. I like Bull's backstory. I like how it implies that he is much smarter than he lets on for people to underestimate him. And the actor that does Bull kills it every time. Like, this was impressive. This was an impressive episode. So, I don't really know what else to say other than I can't wait to see what else is. As of recording this video, I'm going to release episode 5, the discussion of episode 5 tonight at midnight. And then this video will be midnight the next day. That way there's a proper 24-hour window for people to watch it. And again, this was all over the place because vacation. I was kind of all over the place. So now that I'm back, hopefully I can get back in track on making more videos, especially on Mortal Hunters. Cool enough, I also recently saw the Chainsaw Man Reze Arc movie Halloween night. So I'm thinking about probably making a video on that one. I saw it with my brother and my roommate, and I'll talk. Maybe we'll do a video on it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But anyway, I kind of got nothing else to say about this other than I'm excited and I can't wait to see more of this. I hope Showtime comes back. Beside, there's so many fun characters in the series, but I like Showtime's theatrics. But yeah, Bull and Jag are now my new favorite characters. I can't wait to see more of them, and I'll enjoy every second of it. So until next time, guys, I hope y'all have a wonderful night, day, morning, afternoon, whenever y'all watch this, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Take care.